All right, hello everyone. Here we go again for another quick tip on query processing, and this will be the part two on adaptive query processing. Now we finally got CTP 2 on SQL Server 2017, and that one came with a lot of new features. And finally, we will be able to talk about, and I will be able to show you both the batch mode execution adaptive join and the interleaved execution for table valid functions. Okay, all right. So let's go there to the demo, and I really think that will be quick. So I have here. Let me show you version. Oops. So I have here the SQL Server vNext CTP2, and I'm going to create, let me show you first the adaptive join execution. Alright, so let me create two tables here. Again, orders and orders big. Alright. Okay, let's go. Still running. Okay, done. And again, adaptive join execution only works on batch mode for now, so that's why I'm creating those dummy non-clustered indexes with the filtered clause. Okay, they are done. All right, and here is our query, and if we look at the query, let me show the query plan. What I'm doing here is I'm just joining orders with customers where something, okay. And if we look at the execution plan, we already can see something new, which is the query operator adaptive join. And what it does, it's really straightforward. Depending on, let me zoom it for you. So depending on how many rows, like I explained in the last video, depending on how many rows are coming here from the outer join, the outer part of the join, that operator is going to decide whether to run it through the hash or a loop, right? So that's pretty straightforward, and let me run it for you. Oh, and it all depends on that guy here, the adaptive threshold. So if the number of rows you are reading is greater than the threshold, then it is going to choose for the hash. But if it is less or equal the threshold, it is going to run the loop join, right? So here's what I have here. I'm going to read exactly, let's take one less. So one row less than the threshold, so I'm expecting here to run it through a loop join. And if we look at the live query plan, we can see that it received the rows here, and that's the only guy that did something. If we look here, those are not reading anything, right? So that's pretty much ignored, and the part that were really executed during the execution, the processing of this plan, was the loop. In this case, the loop join. For each row coming here, run a seek here, right? But what happened if you try to read one more? Then I hope it is going to choose for the hash, and yeah, as you can see, now that part wasn't executed, and it then used the hash join. Yeah, this is it. This is really awesome, and yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what we want to see on query optimization. And the other thing is the like I mentioned here, the interleaved execution is to help us on creating again better plans, but on execution time it kind of adjusts the plan based on the exact number of rows that table valued function is returning. Let me show you. So again, I'm going to recreate customers and orders. All right, but now orders is empty. Okay, so I'm just creating the table here, and now I'm inserting only 10,000 orders. Okay, one for each customer. Okay. Yeah, note that this optimization, the interleave table valid function, is going to it's a mode statement function, right? It's going to work on both row and batch modes. Okay, so no need for the column star index here. And okay, here's what I'm doing. I'm creating a function that returns a table, and what I'm doing is I'm selecting only, you could do a lot of things here, right? Oh, it's a mode statement, and you can do several things here. But what I'm doing, I'm returning only customers that has orders. So I want to read the table customers, and if the user specifies some filter here, I will apply that filter. But I also want only customers that has something in the orders table. Okay. Okay, pretty straightforward function. Okay, and it's running. It's working. So let me try it. And now the first question is, I'm not using any filters here, right? So I'm pretty much using where, like, everything, right? I'm going to change to the %, and that means return everything. So the question now is, how many rows is it going to return? It's pretty hard to know, right? Because Query Optimizer has no idea on what you did here. So there is a fixed number here, and the fixed number is 100 rows. So the estimated number of rows is always 100. It actually is not always. It depends on the SQL Server version. For instance, on SQL Server 2012 and lower versions, the estimation was fixed to 1. So I'm going to set a compatibility level to 2012. And now let's look at the estimation. And as you can see, the estimated number of rows is only 1. But since SQL Server 2014, they changed this fixed number to 100. Okay, so on 14, again, it's 100. But now we know that 100 is not alright, because it's not okay, because I'm showing you we inserted 10,000 orders. So I know it's going to return all of them. So it's not only 100 rows, it's actually 10,000. But what about the feature that I want to show, the interleave estimation? Let me change the compatibility level again to, that's not 14, that's 17. Okay, let's change it again, and now I'm going to run the query, right? The estimated plan, it is still showing the 100, but the actual plan is different. The actual plan is actually showing here, sorry, it's showing the exact number of the actual number of rows. And what it does, it is going to run the query plan, but before continuing on the creation of the query plan, it is going to run your statement, your function, grab the actual number of rows, and then based on the actual number of rows, it is going to estimate everything else, right? So the first thing it is going to do is run whatever function you have here, and then it is going to use it to estimate what, how many rows, what it join, and etc. For instance, here we don't see a sort warning here. That means it got enough memory to process this in memory, this sort operation in memory. So that's 5 megabytes. But if we look at the, let's say, the 2014 version, the actual execution plan, it's showing us that the sort wasn't, the memory we got wasn't enough. It got only 1 megabyte, and this wasn't enough to process the sort operation, because it was thinking it was going to read only 100 rows, but it got much more, and then we know it's going to the tempdb and etc. Right, so that's yeah, this is it, guys. There's still a lot of awesome things coming, and keep your eye on the blog, on my blog, and here on the YouTube channel. And yeah, this is it. See you soon. Bye. Thank you.